I watched it. I picked it up and I watched it. It was on the end again, inside of Mecca. Hello. Beautiful Hajj. I told you about a man that told me about the Hajj. He said that one man, two men, three men took a Hajj. And one man got halfway there, saw a woman with her children trying to feed the kids stones. He gave all the way that he had that he brought for his Hajj to take there and gave it all to that woman and turned around and went back home. And I noticed that with you when you saw the poor people and you went and brought the food to the poor. Wow, you know, you're like that man. That was his Hajj. And that's a very important thing. Is it's about the people. It's about your connection with God. And I just wanted one thing, not to correct you, but to help you see when you were talking about everybody, what God is looking for. God's not looking for anything. God is never lost. And Ray told me that. He spent 20 years in Texas prison. Told people about the whole thing about omnipotence and omnipresence. All things are possible through God, except for lost. God's omnipotent and omnipresent. You can never get lost from God. God isn't looking for your heart. You're looking to see that God sees it. It's you that are blind from God. God is never blind from you. God's omnipotent and omnipresent. It's real simple stuff. You're looking for it in others, and you have to look for it within, and you guys all saw that. That's the Delma, I think. I can't remember. You're Irish. I'm a Murphy. I didn't get the other brother's name from Indonesia. I was so into his family, into his tears of his sincere prayer, and his want to, these heavy burdens that he has. When you were doing that, I felt my burdens, and oh my gosh, I'm the Messiah. Help me. And I was going through it. The Hajj isn't so much about the trip, it's more about the people. It's not so much about where you go, it's more about what you do and what your relationship with God and how it needs to be done. It was a gentleman from Saudi Arabia, I believe, that told me that story about the three men. I'm not sure, pretty sure it's Saudi. Another beautiful Kurdish man that told me that, Saladin he's Kurd also. Okay, he was like me. He's Kurdish, he's Kurdish, and that's Saladin, our beloved, our apostle, our messenger at that time. The people don't like to refer to him as, he kept it quiet. This was a time of great war, and he knew that if he told everybody that I'm the messenger of God and you are committing sin and treason against God by invading these people in Christ's name and coming to kill the people of peace in the name of Christ. And I'm sorry, I get very... He works through me, and we have a similar spirit and similitude. And he and me and him and I get emotional when I talk about Saladin. I call him Sal. One of his favorite songs that I connect to with him is the song Eres Tu, Eres Tu. It's from Tommy Boy. Yeah, when they're singing it, and it's a song that he relates to. And he spoke to people that spoke Spanish, that came to invade him and kill him in the name of God. He learned as much as he could from other people's language and cultures, and he found they had a very strong tie to him and his culture in the Iberian Peninsula because of the certain occupations and certain connections and migrations and laws and understandings. He's a very... I love him so. I didn't expect this. I was thinking of all the understandings of Hagar and Ishmael and Abraham. And that's a very big emotional. Every time I connected to Abraham in the Quran when I went to go read it, and the other people would tell me, well, it's because the Ishmael came first. No, it's just birth order. He's not. No, Abraham doesn't work in a manner of, oh, you have to choose you best. You're best. You're best. I love this one best. I'm going to sacrifice this one. I'm sacrificing my best. He doesn't work that way. No, he doesn't play favorites. Abraham is. He's one of the most beautiful spiritual connections. In casting the stones out, he's explaining to you how he's casting out the demons in himself and his own doubts and struggles with the devil that's coming to tempt him. What's going on is you're having trouble with these kids and you'll have trouble with them in the future. Should I just kill them now and end this? No, here's what you must do. Abraham is going through what we would call, they would call today, they would refer to as a telekinetic episode. I see it as a revelation of relative communication, past, present, and future, all operating at the same time, warning them of the great tribulations that are going to come between Ishmael's offspring and Isaac's offspring, and the jealousies between wives, and the confrontations of not seeing God in all the children, and having to divide your houses and live in houses divided when they should all be united. Halil, thank you for that. That was a beautiful connection to you. I watch these films and I connect. And my South African perspective, and her too, you know, having to get permission from my son, who I take care of. He lives in my house. She's like, this is a zippity doo dah, how you do? I give him permission to go to the movies. He gives me permission to go on Hajj. Just laughing. We're Irish, man. It's an Irish thing. Well, her and me, Gord, how you feel about that? She's a beautiful lady. I hope she meets that man that she's dreaming of. That's in paradise, my dear, is moments here on earth. That's a state of being. Paradise is a moment away from. Paradise is in a trustful woman's heart, in a grateful child's embrace. Paradise is in the rain on the dry desert. Paradise is a simple act of kindness away. Paradise can be the donation of some tomatoes and food to people that are hungry. Paradise can be so fleeting of a thing that it could be so continued just through our acts of kindness and beauty in everything that we try and attempt to do. Whatever is our intentions, the road tells paved with good intentions. What I got, my first connection to the custodians, beautiful. When I told you about that in Sierra Vista, they were making fun of me with the long hair when Moses was communicating with me, and obviously Abraham and Moses worked closely together, especially in ritual on how to help the people be involved in the same kind of what we call revelation, or what they refer to today as the telekinetic episode, the cutting of the hair. Yeah, Moses taught us to do that, numbers and acts and numbers and all of that. Yeah, and I got revelation to do it too, and I do it quite a bit. It helps with the headaches and the strong invasion from telekinetic episodes. Yeah, we're in a form of communication at all times. I am probably going to cut it shorter tonight. Wow, this is really neat. The custodians, the royal family. It's not a royal family. It's more of an obligation to establish worth and royalty and all. A lot of the marketplace stuff got me very violent. The VIP and it's got me I got quite agitated there for a moment. I don't know if I could make a Hajj right away. A lot of it has become awfully commercialized, which is what made Muhammad go in there and clean the temple in the first place. I call it the temple. It's more of the temple is what you take with you to Hajj. And that was erected to show that you can go there and be in a place that's empty with other temples that come to see it's when the other people show up. If you're in there all alone, you would think God was lonely and God was sad and there was only one that saw God. But the more people that you have there, the more you see God. God is in everything and in all things. So anything you do is done and said before God. Even if you're hiding in a room, raping, killing, murdering, it's still done before God. Is it pleasing to God or is it pleasing to you? What is pleasing to you is pleasing to God. Is that true? If you see it is true, but you have your heaven and your hell. But if you're making your heaven into another's hell, then how can it be pleasing before God when not all are pleased? This is omnipotence and omnipresence. So when we all come and we keep pleasing worship and have true fellowship like Alil was talking about and the other brothers were talking about, laying down their burdens and asking for others, that's pleasing to God, or I'm quite sure, from my perspective. But I am not God in totality. But I see no oppression, I see no invasion, and I see only of asking for others, and that's mostly the prayers I get from the children. So I saw all three of them as being very childlike in that manner, is what Jesus asked us to be. Wow, this is going way longer and more than I expected. Inside Mecca. Oh, I have to still talk to the Saudi royal family. I understand. We have to make sure they're the Muslim faith and that they're very true and intent. People could come in and try to cause chaos, cause social, political situations that make us look radical and we have to keep order, and it is our job as custodians to do so. So much was coming at me of explanations. The marketplace is driven by the economy of today, and we have to survive as an entity. Everything you explained to me, there's some beautiful women in the Saudi royal family that come and explain things to me a little bit better than even the men. The men have more of a posturing sometimes. Oh, you think you're the Messiah? No, I know I'm the Messiah. The women realize that and see that, and we have a strong. They've been my wives before. Yeah, some of the women in the Saudi royal family have been wives to my spirit, and I love you. I don't know what it is with the whole lady and you. It's Adam and Eve. Oh, thank you, I love you. Oh, thank you. I hope you find somebody to ride a beautiful horse with into the garden. Oh, I do. I love you so much. I hope he comes soon. If any of my beloveds have lost a husband, please let them marry again. Please, I beg of you. Let them find the romance and the beauty that is given to them by a loving, courageous husband. And if they lost a loving, courageous husband, if Allah makes it so that another comes to help comfort her, please allow this. I beg of you. I cannot tell you what to do. I can only ask. But as the Messiah, I ask you, with all humility, please, let my sisters be loved as the men should be loved. And as, please, what was it we were talking about, my beloved? God, you totally got me kabubulated. I got to do another one. Let me just stop right there, and I'll sit down and try to regather my thoughts. You totally knocked me for a loop. We haven't talked for a while. Allah, okay. I remember those, back in, those were, when I thought I might move to the Middle East and have more than one wife, I'm not on the Hajj and I didn't take any studies. Okay. I take a mental Hajj ladies, gosh darn. Muslim women I just want you all to know, okay? The Muslim women, I got this from some girls from UC Davis. Good girls. Muslim women are very sensual and believe that sexuality is an important part of a relationship between a man and a woman. They wanted me to get that across and show that there's been many moments of great, glorious, intimate moments between me. Okay, I love you. I was about to say I can't stand you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta go sit down for a minute. It's a spiritual train of memories of. I gotta go sit down. I'll be back. What were we talking about? Something about custodian and Abraham, and I'm confused. Okay, I gotta go. I'll be back. Some women have this effect on Ralph. I love you. I love you men too. Please don't ever be intimidated or put off or try to put ourselves in competition with anyone. We are just who we are, and I love you, and I recognize you, and you are. Oh, Adam and Eve, the different. Okay, thanks. I'll be back. All right, I love you too. All right, thank you. You got me unkabubulated. Thank you. I started talking to some of the brothers, and she was trying to tell you. Oh, sorry. She's there. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. It's a private thing. I love you guys. Okay, I love you. Okay, I'll be back. All right. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a Muslim party. I'm not gonna put on a hip job and do the Muslim comedy tour right now, at this moment. Okay, I love you guys. Stop laughing at me. What is this? The Saudi royal family roasted the Messiah? Brats. Stop laughing. No, you're supposed to be for sure righteous Muslims. You know, we never laugh or make fun of anything when it comes to God, except for ourselves, because we are the joke sometimes when we do really goofy things. I agree. Guys, let me go. I'll be right back. Really, I got to get my... I remember those nights. Okay. I got to get myself back together. It's going to take me about 5 or 10 minutes. I got to sit down and okay, I love you. I love you. I'll be back.